Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for January 2nd through January 15th, 2023. Yeah, this is another 2-week reading, but it's because I'm going to be traveling and I want to make sure that I get all of these readings in. I don't know that I'm going to be able to record weekly readings while I am traveling, so I want to make sure we have all of this in. Then after the 15th, I will most certainly be back to doing weekly readings. So this is just temporary. But I hope you all had a nice new year. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. If you find this material helpful, then please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving me a comment. And this is a reading if you are a Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, or have some other significant Leo placement in your chart. And just a quick little promo mention here. I just want to thank those of you who donated to me at my PayPal link that's in the description below. Your donations are always very much appreciated. And of course, nobody certainly has any requirement to donate. But if you are interested, my PayPal link that goes to my Chthonia website, which is my main website. I have 2 websites. I kind of separate my tarot work from my podcast work. That link is in the description. And also those of you who might be interested in, if you are going through a transitional period right now and you are looking for some kind of coaching or direction as to the next steps to take, I have my transition life coaching business where I always start with an initial phone call, and then I sit down with somebody and we have an initial what they call life path and Reiki assessment. So that's the first one. That's actually the most expensive piece of it. And then after that, we just do individual 1-hour sessions to until a person's ready, feels like they're ready to kind of move on to whatever they are. But I deal very much in the liminal. So I'm dealing with people who are kind of between states. Like I'm not where I was before and I'm not in the new place yet. So I do a lot of work with that. So if that's a state that you're in and you feel potentially called to do that, check out my link below, also in the description for liminalreiki.com. And again, the business now is called Transition Life Coaching, just because a lot of people don't know what liminal Reiki is. So I made kind of a late name change on that one. So so just wanted to give that a little plug. Okay, so Leo, if you're not familiar with these readings, I do what they call horoscope spread. So it's the 12 astrological houses. And I use the cartouche cards. That's my main deck that I use. They're an Egyptian deck. And I clarify with tarot. And the tarot cards I'm using today are the Barbara Walker Tarot. And I will finish up with a reading from the Norse runes. I just usually pull a single rune, maybe 2 if necessary. And okay, so let's get started. So your first house, Leo, this is your personality. This is Aries energy. This is how you present yourself, how you want others to see you, and what your kind of branding is and personality to the outside world. Okay, and you've got air with the 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, so this is definitely, 10 of Pentacles is somebody who kind of has it all, is content, is financially stable, it has a stable family life, stable relationships. Like 10 of Pentacles is the culmination of everything. And yet you have it with air. So air is the idea, there's this sense of friendliness that comes with air, but also detachment. So I feel like you may be coming across as somebody who's sort of friendly and moves in between and is feeling very satisfied and very settled. If you're not feeling this way, then this may be suggesting to you that in order to reach this, you may need to detach from certain situations. Try to take a view as though you are observing your own situation, and try not to be as emotionally involved in something. But there's definitely this sense of fulfillment, and if not, there's certainly the sense of fulfillment that's coming. Second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with money, possessions, what you value. And you've got the Hanged Man with the winged disc. Okay, the Hanged Man typically shows up when we feel stuck in a situation, when we feel like we're making a sacrifice or have to make a sacrifice. And Hanged Man urges us to look at the bigger picture of a situation. Okay, the guy on this is hanging upside down, and that is sort of almost the indication of look at the situation by standing on your head, like take another view of it. And you have it with the winged disc. So the winged disc indicates success, certainly, and it also indicates the ability to overcome obstacles. So I feel like this is saying that if you are feeling stuck financially, this is reassuring you that there is going to be success. And that if you're not seeing it, I think you need to take a different point of view. You may or or it may just be assuring you that sacrifices you've made are going to lead to success. So take that as it resonates. But ultimately, I feel like that's it's a good omen. It's just Hangman shows up when we have more of a mental block on the situation. Third house is Gemini energy, so this is messages that are coming in, communications of all kinds. It's also, if you're in your own business, this is about self-employment. This can be about sibling relationships, so brother-sister relationships, and also potentially short-term travel and things of that nature. And you have the Empress with Ta. Okay, so that's interesting because Ta is the master maker. This is the master builder or master mason when we see Ta. So this is the idea. This is very strongly masculine energy, strong craft orientation to this too. So there's definitely the sense of building here. But you also have this Empress energy, which is very strong mother energy as well. So that's interesting. I don't know if this is going to have to do, what's jumping in my head is for somebody, and again, this is a general reading, so this is not for everybody, but this is a very specific message. For somebody, this could have to do with a mother and brother situation. Like when I say brother, I mean your brother. Assuming that you have a brother, right? Like I said, this is specific. But there seems to be some kind of it seems to be referring to some kind of connection or situation here. I'd have to look at the other houses to see specifically what that's about, but there may be some kind of either communication. I don't want to say it's necessarily an issue, but there may be something about a family communication or family dynamic here that may be important here. But Ta has to do, but this is it's not a bad dynamic. It doesn't show a quarrel or anything like that. It kind of shows almost this idea of planting seeds coupled with this idea of building something. So if we're not talking about individual people here, we are talking about a situation where you are planting seeds for the future and you are building the foundations of something. So I feel like there's a very, very solid energy here. And this is nice because this is almost a marriage of masculine and feminine energy in terms of building something. So if you are starting a new business or you are in business, this is a very good sign that there seems to be a harmonious blend of things that is going to allow things to grow. And this can also just mean this in general. But but there's different nuances to this. But overall, this is definitely a strong energy of building and growing. Fourth house is Cancer energy. So this has to do with your home, your environment, potentially the mother. So it can have to do with your own physical house, your own physical dwelling, as well as family and ancestral stuff. So, okay, yeah, you've got Isis with the Six of Pentacles. So somebody's getting financial help from their mother, okay? Because this is the mother card, and this is the card of, they call it almsgiving. This is the card of charity, right? It says charity right at the top. And yeah, so there's the idea that somebody may be receiving, or somebody's mother may be receiving help or charity. It could go either way. But there's definitely this sense of help and support that's coming in, or having enough to help and support somebody else in a situation connected potentially to the mother, but certainly in the home environment. Because if Isis doesn't literally refer to someone's mother, it can refer to this sense of just being nurturing, comforting, having enough to share, having a very pleasant home environment. Because this is the house of the Cancer energy. It's the house of the mother, and these are very strong nurturing and supportive energies that we're seeing here. So along with the third house, I don't know, there's just a very strong energy. For somebody, this is very strongly familial. It definitely has to do with the family in some fashion. But again, take it as it resonates. It may just be that you are creating a home environment that is nurturing, self-caring, and where you have enough to share. So take that as it makes sense. Okay. Fifth house is Leo energy. This is creativity, love affairs, and children. So remember, it's not necessarily going to be all three. Decide which aspect of this house applies, because you have the buckle of Isis with what they call the house of God, or the tower. Now, so now we're back to sacrifices again, because I saw these sacrifices over here. I feel like there is something that you're working on, or something you've been putting energy into. And with this is the idea of something crumbling or falling down. Okay, I have some hesitancy to say this in this house, because I don't want to say anything on a YouTube video that would freak anybody out, because I don't know that I feel like if it's going to apply to somebody, it's going to be one very specific person and not really generally. But this is a card of fertility. In this house, it's typically a card of pregnancy. and the house of God is the house of something coming to an end. So I'm just noting what the cards mean. I don't want to necessarily put an interpretation on that. If that applies to somebody, then that person knows that it's for them. But generally speaking, I feel like this is the idea that something is being dismantled here, like you're sacrificing something in order to build something new the correct way. And with Ta over here, yeah, I feel like there's been some situation. Now, this could have to do with a love affair, this could have to do with a child, this could have to do with some kind of project you're working on where you're like, no, I need to tear this down and start over again. But I feel like the sacrifice is going to be worth it, okay? And that you can start again with that. So there's definitely, whatever the situation is, honestly, there's definitely a sense of tearing something down so that you can start again in some kind of situation. So take that as it resonates. Okay, sixth house is health. Okay, so health has to do with, well, yeah, it's Virgo energy, so it's health. It can have to do with a job, and it can also have to do with, so employment, and also with worries and anxieties. Okay, so yeah, there does seem to be some worry and anxiety here with Seth here. There could be some health concerns, although I don't. Again, this is not about any kind of medical diagnoses of any kind. So, but more generally, my gut feeling is this is just more being worried about current situations. Water may have to do with changeability. Some situation that may have changed recently, or just be moving in or maybe you're waiting for a situation to move. I mean, you've got this stuck energy here with the Hanged Man, so maybe there's a worry about whether or not something's going to move or go ahead. This could have to do with a job. It could have to do with some other kind of anxiety, and again, yeah, it could be a health situation too that you're waiting to improve or get better. And water, for some people, water as a health thing could indicate just, again, the need to drink more water or just to be more hydrated. But see, you have this energy with the Ten of Cups. So, so the Ten of Cups to me is, again, it's like the Ten of Pentacles. Like there's definitely this sense of fulfillment. There's strong family energy connected to this as well, too. But Ten of Cups ultimately means full satisfaction, like something coming to a successful emotional conclusion. So I feel like if there's been something like, okay, just as an example, if somebody left their job, they're concerned about this change, this will be saying, Ten of Cups is saying, don't worry about it, you're going to get your wish. Like, like I said, this is salvation. This is the idea that if you're feeling right now, especially if there's some kind of financial thing. I mean, yeah, winged disc is definitely overcoming something. But right now you may be going through some kind of a change and may not be sure whether or not you're going to successfully complete something or whether or not something's going to move in the way that you need to. But this is definitely a good assurance that things are going to be just fine. So just putting that there. Seventh house, this is Libra energy. This has to do with partnerships. It can have to do with, legal marriage, like marriages, business partnerships, anything that's for the legal or more committed or serious nature. Now we have the Five of Pentacles with the Sphinx. So for some people, I don't know if this is a partner who maybe you feel like is withdrawing, or there's a sense here of somebody who's backing off or hiding away or keeping a secret. And the Five of Pentacles indicates somebody who feels like they're left out in the cold. So in some kind of relationship, maybe you feel like someone's keeping something from you, okay? And with this Five of Pentacles, you may just feel like you're on the outside of things. If we're talking about a business partnership, you could have a business partnership business partner who you feel is hiding something from you, and maybe you're worried about financial loss here too. That's part of this as well. So I don't know, but when I see the Five of Pentacles, I often feel, especially kind of looking at some of these other situations that I'm having here. Yeah, I mean, this for somebody could mean an issue with a love affair or love relationship, okay? It could be something, because Buckle of Isis can have to do with fidelity as well. So maybe there's somebody who you're wondering about their fidelity. Maybe you're feeling like you're on the outside of something. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the resolution is here. I think if there's a piece of advice here, I always feel like Five of Pentacles says focus on the strength, not the weakness. Don't focus on yourself as an outsider. And this would be advising you to just wait and see what's going on with something. We're just coming out of Mercury retrograde, and there could be that there's some communications that maybe are, things or misunderstandings or things that are not clear. So I don't know. Again, take it as it resonates. That kind of, I feel like there's a very specific message here for somebody. I feel like there almost might be somebody that could have been, like, if you're in a love affair with somebody, maybe you think you're going to get engaged or get married. Maybe you've had something where you feel like, for some people, you may feel like there's been a betrayal, or you may feel like this person's suddenly putting you out in the cold. That's a possibility here with this. So I don't know. There's some issue for somebody, but I feel like it's a very specific thing. I don't feel like, it's funny, it's in a general reading, but I just feel like there's something very specific there for somebody. In any case, it's possible that, there could be family relationship things that right now might feel like there's a little bit of a struggle. Maybe there's been something revealed about something, and there's just kind of this sense of working through the conflict and the challenge to get back to a place of truth, whatever that is. Okay. And if you're watching this going, I don't know, that doesn't sound like what's going on with me at all, then it like I said, it could pertain to a partner, it could pertain to a family member, it could pertain to somebody else. But yeah, that's definitely what's coming up here in this house. Okay, 8th house is Scorpio energy. So we have the Princess of Cups with Nephthys. Okay, so Nephthys represents that which is hidden, that which we don't know, things that have not occurred yet. Okay, and with the Princess of Cups is a bit like the Page of Cups. So I feel like we are at the beginning of something here. I mean, you've got a couple of 10s here, so there's definitely the sense of ending, and you definitely have this idea of planting seeds or planting something new over here. But this says to me that there's some situation maybe you're waiting for, or maybe some kind of a change that's just not happened yet. And when Nephthys comes up, there's more information to be had. I'm just kind of peeking ahead here, and I'm seeing like Urias over here, which is another card that, along with Sphinx, that's similar. I just feel like there's just certain situations here, because Urias is the house of partnerships and friendships, and yeah, there's definitely the sense here of something unexpected, something not revealed, something that seems secret. I don't know. And with Nephthys here, I feel like there's still these kind of more surprises in store. Like there's a change that needs to happen and it hasn't happened yet. And the Princess of Cups does indicate a kind of new beginning, or an emotional new beginning, because the princess is, like I said, it's like the page. Sometimes it's an apology that comes in from somebody, but there tends to be a message here. But the message is a good one. So I feel like you are about to begin this kind of new beginning from the heart. It's just that whatever's going on has not happened yet. So maybe some of you are getting out of a situation. Some people could be going through a divorce. I don't know, because I'm seeing Thoth here in the 9th house, which has to do with legal matters. And then you have this Prince of Wands, which is, it's really like the Knight of Wands. So yeah, I don't know. Somebody could have somebody in their life who was a player, and you're just finding out about it. I don't know. That's possible here. Or maybe it was even a marital partner, and you're just kind of like, okay, you may be, this may be going on. But again, that's a specific situation. It's obviously not a general thing. I think more generally, this can also mean, for some people, this could mean traveling to go back to school, because that's another element of the 9th house. 9th house has to do with higher ed. It has to do with expanding knowledge, deeper knowledge. Could be a journey or a long, travel somewhere. But to me, I always associate Thoth, if not with the law, because that is also the house of legal matters. So if it's not law, it would be higher education. And the Prince of Wands is somebody who is restless. Like it's like this restless energy of wanting to move and wanting to go. So so I don't know. It could be that you have there may be travel with this. Somebody could be traveling for an educational purpose. It doesn't have to be going to school. It can be for some other kind of educational or spiritual thing as well. So take it as it resonates, but there's definitely this sense here of being restless and wanting to expand your boundaries, whether you actually literally travel or not. Okay, so 10th house here is Capricorn energy. This has to do with career, fame, and reputation, sometimes the father. Okay, this is interesting. So you've got Earth with the 6 of Cups. This is so interesting because you've got the 6s in opposite houses, okay? These houses stand opposite to each other. So you've got the 6 of Pentacles and you've got the 6 of Cups. Now, 6 of Cups, they're calling this the childhood card, but this definitely is just something that goes back. There's an element of something coming back from the past, and it doesn't even have to be the past. It could be a past life for some people. But you've got this with Earth, and Earth, so, okay, this is the Capricorn house. Earth energy is Capricorn energy, although Ta is more specifically a Capricorn card. I feel like this indicates financial success in terms of business. So if you have not had financial success, if you've been worried about things, I mean, yeah, we got the winged disc here, or maybe there's a job situation you're worried about or job change, then this is saying financial success, okay? So this is good. I feel like you're growing, whatever you're doing in terms of business or career, you're growing in the right direction. But there's so much family stuff in here that I'm wondering if there's a family component to this, if someone in your family is helping you or assisting you, or it could just be somebody from your past who's actually assisting you. Maybe somebody you've known or worked with before, or who's been a close friend. I don't know. Okay, but the Six of Cups, there's something about revisiting kind of a past situation here, or revisiting, or just, and it doesn't even have to be a person coming in and specifically doing something for you. There's just some kind of a past thing. There's a strong element of nostalgia to this card. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates with this, but I feel like in this house, like there could be some past situation that's going to be good for you in the present. So again, take that as it resonates. 11th house, this is Aquarius energy. So this is friendships, this is business networks, social networks, and also your goals and hopes and wishes. Yeah, and this is where I saw Urias with 4 of Wands. So in this house, what I always take, Urias indicates whatever you're wishing for right now, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's saying keep a hope or wish under your hat and work towards it quietly. So I don't know. There's something here. Maybe there's other people. They could be family people. They could be spouses. They could be ex-spouses. I don't know. I feel like there might be somebody here. Like, I feel like you're building something good here, and you don't want someone you may not want to let people know too much about what you're doing. I mean, certainly there's this idea of stability here. I mean, the 4 of Wands, as you see, you have these 2 pillars, which some people call the 11-11 pillars. But basically, there's this idea of, they call this the success card. I mean, this is about you moving through those gates and moving into something new. But yeah, between Nephthys, Sphinx, I don't know, there's just something about what you're doing. I mean, I just see you as being somebody who's going to be so successful in what you're doing. And there just seems like there's some reason why you want to keep elements of this to yourself right now. I'm not sure. You will know more specifically. Maybe you want to comment to me about what that's about. But, I mean, I'm just seeing you as being very successful. I feel like there could be some meddling outsiders here, though. Maybe there's people who you thought you could trust in a situation, and maybe you're finding like, oh, maybe I can't, whether they are romantic partners, marriage partners, or whether they have to do with your family. But there's something here where there just feels like there's, I don't know. I feel like there's family support. And at the same time, I do feel like there's some meddling people who may or may not be family. Okay. So yeah, take that as it resonates. 12th house is Pisces energy. And Pisces is about what you don't see, what maybe you don't see about yourself, maybe what you don't want other people to see, and maybe what you're afraid of. Okay, we have Pyramid with the 3 of Cups. So 3 of Cups definitely has this third-party energy that may be testing things. And yeah, this is always the idea of reconciliation or somebody coming back around. So I don't know, maybe there's somebody for you who, I don't know, maybe somebody from the past is gonna resurface here. With regard to your work or career or something you're doing. Maybe it is somebody who you felt ghosted by in the past. I don't know. I don't want to try to make a story out of this where there isn't one, but I'm trying to see how these cards fit together, because I just can't help feeling that somehow, when I see this pattern, I can't help but feel that there's a connection there. But again, you can decide whether or not those are entirely separate things or whether they directly apply. But the 3 of Cups with Pyramid, yeah, I think you feel like you're tested. And definitely Pyramid in the 12th house is almost some kind of an initiation. It's like you are moving into a new phase of things. But with Nephthys, you haven't quite gotten there yet. So 3 of Cups here, yeah, there may be, yeah, because this has to do with third parties and outside people. So you just might be in a situation where you feel like you, I don't know, where maybe you're feeling cautious about third party energy. And again, I'm feeling like there's something you need to kind of hide from third parties right now, or not necessarily hide, because it's not like you think of anything bad going on, but just something you want to keep to yourself. So that's interesting. Very, very kind of interesting, slightly confusing reading Leo, because I feel like there's elements of this that may be meant for a specific person. So I don't know. So take it all as it resonates. But overall, you have Lotus. So Lotus would indicate calming the mind, not worrying. There may be some stress about things. Indeed, we have the Devil and we have the Ten of Wands. So I feel like you are here, you need to let go of an oppressive situation, okay? The Devil to me is energy. It can be past energies, it can be past people, but there's definitely this sense here of some kind of a toxic energy that may be oppressing. You may have been taking on other people's stuff here, okay? And this is the way you might feel right now. So, so there's definitely a need to calm the mind, but this is showing you as being very successful in your own right. So I feel like whatever else there's going to be some support coming from some places, but some things you're definitely going to want to do on your own, at least for right now, and you need to kind of watch and see where certain things are going. So you might be a little cautious about new opportunities and things right now. But nonetheless, there still is this idea of taking a different perspective on things. It could be that you may be tempted to go back to a very limiting situation in some way, and it may be telling you, like, no, it's time to look at things differently. It's time to do new things. It's time, then there may be, and there, like I said, some of these upsets that are coming around may be coming around because they're trying to show you, they're trying to break down an old way and show you a new way. So let's do a Norse rune for you. So this is Leo for January 2nd through January 15th, 2024. Okay, your rune is Manaz. So yeah, this is definitely a rune of you focusing on yourself. Yeah, this is about you. Definitely this carries the vibe of, you know, self-reflecting on you, what you can do in a situation, what your responsibilities are. But also, I just feel like there's this energy of not letting other people define that for you and not taking on other people's burdens. So that's what I'm seeing for right now. So that's it for you for this time period, Leo. I do hope this is helpful to you. Again, you can let me know in the comments. If this video is helpful, please do like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a good start to your new year.